I saw a post just now, and I will pin it again. So it's over here. They said the woman saw a text into her husband's phone around 3 a.m. I'm carrying your baby. And and the phone belonged to the husband. I mean, somebody's carrying the husband's baby. And then they said, oh, the woman thought you have a happy home and all of that. See what got me? They said, towards the end of that write-up, they said, that's exactly why so wrote this again. Your husband, they wrote a book, Protecting Your Husband from Strange Women, a step-by-step guide that reveals 8 types of other women targeting your man. So now, it is a responsibility of the woman to protect her husband from strange women. Do you see that this is what I think. There is an absolute lack of accountability on the part of the husband based on this post. And this is an ideology that has been perpetuated for a very long time. I grew up hearing this as well. It's your responsibility to fight for your marriage. One person cannot fight for a relationship, because the relationship is not between you and yourself. It's between you and another person. There are supposed to be boundaries, rules, things that you do that protect that relationship. One of the things that has really caused a lot of issues over time is that when you take on that responsibility to fight for your relationship, for your relationship to succeed at all cost, it costs you your nervous system. It costs you your sanity. It costs you your own life. It costs you your mental acumen. It costs you your sanity. Your mental health becomes something else, because you center. Why will a grown man, and most of the time the husbands are older than the women, why will a man make a series of choices that results into a baby, and suddenly you are the one that is supposed to protect him from strange women? Now, there is a husband or a man, and then there are strange women. So he knows that there are strange women. Of course, there is a way you should behave as a wife. There are things you should do. There are attitudes you should have that should not encourage your man to be preferring things outside. But by God's grace, please understand that it is a choice to end up with such a text that somebody is carrying his baby. It is a choice. First of all, the strange woman lured him. What is his prayer life like? What does he focus on? Who are his friends? What kind of choices does he make? What does he engage in mentally? What kind of content does he consume? What is he feeding his head? You see, there are a series of little choices that finally arrive at receiving a text at 3 a.m. saying, I am carrying your baby. So it's not your responsibility to fight for your marriage alone. You are in that marriage with the man. The man is also supposed to fight for that marriage. Gone are those days that the responsibility, say, a man comes, ask you out, do all the necessary, pay bride price, do all of that, then go and settle down. You now start fighting to sustain what he enacted. No. There's something wrong with that mathematics. There's absolutely something wrong with it. You want something, you go for it. So you have to be able to find a way to maintain it as well. You don't put the responsibility of a strange woman sending a text message to your phone, I'm carrying your baby, and say, you're not going to write a book talking about it's your responsibility to ensure that you protect your husband from strange women. That removes accountability from the husband or from the man. There are two things that men have to become conversant with. One is awareness. You have to be aware of what's going on inside you. You have to start thinking about what you're thinking about. Does that make sense? The second thing is accountability, self-accountability. Accountability to the person that you have decided to partner with in your life. I prefer to call it a life partner, because you are partnering with this person and you are going somewhere. All right? So you are accountable to that person. It's not just because you did all of that, and now the person becomes responsible for where you people go. No. When they talk about, maybe I'll do this in another video, I'll do that in another video. But you are responsible as well. Men, let me tell you people something. The devil plays a very long game. When the devil is making you to get to a point where someone sends you a text message that I'm carrying your baby, all of the activity, all the activities are added up to that. What is happening is that he's targeting the destruction of your seed, your children. Your girls are going to have a distorted view of fatherhood and manhood and manhood in general. Your sons are going to have a distorted view of what a man is supposed to be. Before you know it, you have destroyed 7 million other people that are supposed to be your descendants. So anytime you make a decision as a man, please understand that your decision is as costly as what I'm saying or more. If God has placed greatness upon your son, greatness upon your daughter, your singular action, your singular choice has destroyed that child. Mistakes happen. Situations, we're human beings. But the truth of the matter is that you and I know how these things happen for you to arrive at receiving text at 3 a.m. And the unfortunate thing is you expect that woman to accept that child. That's what they will tell the woman to do. Accept the child, let the child become part of the home and all of that. Not everybody has that grace. And there is nowhere in scripture that insists that the woman must do that. So it's not your right that the woman must to forgive you. If somebody send a text message that, oh, her body here and there, because men don't carry pregnancy, you will wake her up that night and you will dismiss her from your home that night. So my point is, let's stop fighting each other. The devil is in the details. The devil is in the details. This person going around writing a book trying to tell women how to manage, how to protect you can't protect a man from strange women. You cannot. You can't be with your husband or your man everywhere 24/7. You can't be with him where he goes for his job, when he goes for other activities. Good morning. You can't protect him. There's nothing. Do you want to turn to civil defense or security person because you have a man? You can't live like that. You will shut down emotionally. You are going to be having mental crisis. This is why women your emotions will be jacked up all the time. And God has not called you to a life of chaos. No, He has called you to a life of peace. But you can only experience a life of peace when you start to acknowledge that God has called you to a life of peace. Do you understand? Propagating that you are responsible for protecting your man or your husband from strange women, please, that is not your responsibility. It is not your job to protect your husband. He has to be accountable for his own life. So whatever the consequences that happen as a result of his actions and choices, please allow him to bear those consequences so that he can learn. And if he doesn't learn, maybe he was never supposed to learn.